cooking a coconut curry red rockfish. This particular fish is a thorny head. Our fisherman recommended that I cook this one. He saved it for me. So we're just going to see what it's like. This fish is sharp everywhere, really, really sharp. So he's cut off a lot of it. The tail, everything's super sharp. So it's an interesting fish to handle. But we're going to start by making our curry. Go over here. I have some coconut oil in the pan, and I'm going to add to that some coconut cream. And I'm just going to use part of this can right now. I want to get this cream to cook up and separate a little. This can had some very milky stuff on top, so I had to pour it off because I wanted to be able to get at the cream for this part. So we're going at a medium-high heat here, and get this all to bubble. And into this, I'm going to put 4 sticks of lemongrass. Well, wait a minute. This is 2 pieces of lemongrass cut. So
2 sticks.
2 sticks of lemongrass cut into 4 pieces. Yeah. And you know, you don't really use the top of the lemongrass stalks, so these are the lower parts. And I have here 2 tablespoons of yellow curry. You can check out our curry making video if you want to find out how to make it, but this is some that we made and froze, and here it comes. Time to use it. So I really want this coconut milk to get very, very bubbly in here, and it's doing a good job. I'm going to keep it going a little bit longer. And you'll see it start to change a little bit. It separate just a little bit more. And that's what's going to help give us that nice little yellow curry slick on the top of this when we get done. I love that smell of lemongrass. And now I'm going to add the curry paste. And get this all cooked around in here. And again, I want this all to come back to the good bubble and cook it together for a little while. What a pretty color, what a pretty smell. Alright, let's let this cook for a minute and we'll come back. Alright, so now we can see that some of the oil is kind of separating out from the coconut cream. It's looking really good, and the curry paste is completely incorporated here. So we're going to add a tablespoon of sugar. I'm using brown sugar because I prefer that. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. And then we'll put in the rest of our coconut cream. Okay, so now I want to get this mixed in here pretty well. Oh, so fragrant. Kelly will be choking any minute. Okay, in the cream. And I'll put in the milk I poured off. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, now while we let this come back to a bubble, let's get our fish ready. So we are going to put 3 deep scores, like all the way down to the bone here, on the fattest part of the fish. This fish is not very big, so that will suffice. Kind of watching out for where the sharp parts are too at the same time. Okay. Now I'm going to put this right into the pan. And we're going to put some curry and some lime on the inside of this fish. And then we're going to put the rest of the curry in around it here. Our curry is also going to have potatoes and leeks in it, and a little bit of kale. And we're cooking up over here. I'm going to put a little bit of this inside the fish, and then I'm going to come back to the burner. Because I'm going to add the vegetables to this curry, and I don't want that to make it more difficult to get this inside here. Okay, that's that. And then I just want these to cook just a little bit in here before I put them around the fish, because I'm afraid they might not get cooked enough if I don't. They probably would, but fish is only going in the oven for 20 minutes. So I don't want, this is like parboiling, but not. Okay, so once that comes back to a bubble, I'll leave it there for just a couple of minutes. And then we're gonna get it in the pan, and the fish will marinate with it. And while I've got my fish here, I can stuff it with lime slices. That'll add a nice flavor in there. Okay, we're just gonna wait for the curry to cook, add it to the pan, and let that sit for a little while. All right, we've been bubbling away here for a few minutes. I'm gonna turn the burner off, bring our sauce over here, and spoon it on in. I don't know what spoon to use. I guess I'll use this one. And by the way, I greased this pan so that it'll be a little easier to clean when I'm all done. Some people around here appreciate that.
The production crew.
Yeah. So this is going to be a one-pot dinner. with the leeks and the carrots and kale all in there. So I don't want that. At this point, you don't need the lemongrass. It has done its job.
Hot.
These leeks were a winter crop in an area of my garden that I wanted back for my summer crops. And there were actually 2 carrots growing in the same plot as all these leeks, so I cut the carrots and brought them along. Try and work some of this down in those cores there. And the rest of this out of here. Oh yeah. Okay, that's gonna be pretty. I tell you, this is gonna be a striking dish when it comes out of the oven. So we'll I'm gonna let this sit now for half an hour, and then I'm going to cook it in a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes, and we'll see what we have. So I do have this kale here, just to give this a little more color, and I don't know.
Use up some of our kale.
Use up some of our kale, give it some more nutritional value. Add to our meal. I think there we go. Okay. The fish has been soaking in the curry for a half hour or so now, and the oven's hot, so let's pop it in. This is going to stay in here for 20 minutes. I'll probably turn it after 15 minutes. And we'll see what we get. 15 minutes went by. I'm going to turn this fish. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Look at that. That's oh yeah. It's looking very, very good. I might, well, we'll start with 5 more minutes. It might take a little longer than that. We'll find out. 5 minutes. I'm gonna take this out and make sure what I can tell already. This looks very done. Look at how it's flaking apart in there. And this is the test is, what's the fish like down in here? Yep, that's done. So this is gonna rest for approximately 5 minutes, and then we get to figure out how to get it off the bone and serve it. This would be a great dish to eat tableside and just everybody dig into the same pan. But we're gonna try and get this into a bowl in a way that makes some sort of sense. Okay, I expect this is gonna be somewhat interesting. What I wanna do is this top part here should come off the bone fairly easily if I can slice the skin. And I think I'm pretty much right along the bone here. So we'll do that. And then we will have some of our vegetables into the bowl. And the curry. All right, now let's see if I can get a piece of fish off of here. Getting something. Not sure what.
I'm sure there's an actual
I'm
technique for this.
I'm sure there is. I'm just not versed enough. Put it right there for me, would you? Oh, I see. There's a piece of a fin or something right there.
Hmm.
And you do see that there will be some bones. That came out beautifully. Cut that other part out of the video. Okay, so then we are moving to this plate. See if we can make it as messy as possible. And then, one of these there might be good. Then I am going to, it's hot.
You might want to use this. Huh?
I might.
I think so.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
It's hot.
Might be a two-person job.
Hang on.
There you go. That makes good sense.
It's all about the tools, I guess. Yeah, see, there's it's where a fin was attached right there. So, I want to, we're not throwing this away. This is just being set aside for a moment. Stay away from the puzzle.
There's some nice pieces in there still.
Okay, now. This half of the fish will serve up much nicer. So we got it in the bowl in pretty decent shape. I've garnished this with some cilantro and a lime. The squeeze of lime is going to be really good on here to add some acid. All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh yeah, that's delicious. The curry really comes through. The fish is flaky and really moist and delightful. So this is a great dish here. Thanks for watching Two Cooks in the Kitchen, and we'll see you next time.